footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. That's Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and I'm Tyler Mirkovich, bringing you an off-season team outlook for the Seattle Seahawks, who were 5-11 and have the 6th and 14th pick in the first round. So, free agents, some key free agents: Darryl Tapp, Ken Lucas, Mark Roman on defense, Spencer, one of their offensive linemen, on offense. So they're getting a lot of players back from injury. Kearney's been banged up. Walter Jones is retiring. Pete Carroll in. Where do you think they go?
They need to go tackle, number one. They really need an offensive tackle, left tackle, right tackle. They need a tackle in the works. With that O-line struggle last year, you have to replace future Hall of Famer Walter Jones. Tackle would be the way to go with that number one pick. And two, I would say priority, they need explosiveness out the running game. Forsett was pretty good last year, but he's not C.J. Spiller. He's not Javid Best. They need explosive players out that running game. You know, Pete Carroll was going to get him a dynamite running back. He had a stable of them at USC. So they're going to need to get dynamic in that running game. Offensively as well, too, they need, they need a wide receiver. Maybe later in the draft, but they do need a wide receiver.
Well, yeah, Deion Branch is probably gone, but they got Hushmanzada and Burleson, so people would question that. And Carlson at the tight end, who is really an up-and-coming tight end. So they got to keep Hasselbeck upright, right?
Right. So
it's got to be on that O-line, because they just got to transition with Walter Jones out of there. When they were a contender, they were running the ball all over the field with Sean Alexander and a great offensive line. When Holmgren was there, and on defense, they're going to get back a couple guys who are injured on linebacker. That's Tatupu and Hill. So they're up and coming. Aaron Curry's coming into his second year. Their secondary, I think it has potential, kind of like some other teams that you say, like Trufant and Jennings and Josh Wilson.
They need a safety. They really need a safety. That's another need. That's probably the third need, is safety. They really need a safety to help control that back four.
So Taylor May's not coming in the picture here with that 14th pick and those ties to USC?
Maybe, but I would.
They're going to be enticed.
They need a ball hawk and safety. I wouldn't pick Taylor Mays, but he could.
They don't need a hard hitter, right?
They need a hard hitter. They need a ball hawk and safety, and they also need another cornerback too. You know, so I think they need to address the secondary as well as defensive end too.
Trufant was a couple of years ago. Wow, this guy's a real deal, top 5 corner, and he's fell out of that question. So who knows if he's going to return to that form or not. So a lot of question marks for Seattle, but the roster is there. The new era with Pete Carroll and company is there. Of course, they got that great stadium and great home field advantage up there in the great Northwest. They could really take advantage of, especially in this division. This division's wide open, so any team can get back on top real fast.
Exactly, and they need a defensive end. They have to apply pressure from the front four. I can't stress that enough. Kearney, you can't expect him to be there for a full 16 games.
Yeah.
Maybe a guy like Everson Griffin, you know, maybe a guy like Morgan from Georgia Tech. They need a defensive end to rush the passer as well, too. The defensive line, secondary, needs the most work in Seattle.
Right, the linebackers are there.
I love the linebackers.
I think the wide receivers are there. I don't know if you could waste. I mean, maybe they could get some depth back there in the later rounds, but priorities are somewhere else, I believe. So a lot of optimism there for the Seahawks franchise and their fans.
If they can keep Hasselbeck upright,
right,
then he's a really good quarterback, top 15 quarterback in his league. I love the way he has command of the offense. They need to get dynamic in the running game. You're right. When they were the Seahawks, they was operating with that running game and off play action, and they were deadly. So if they can get Spiller or Best, someone like that,
Hasselbeck's a great short passer, and for a set out of the backfield, Hushmanzada in the slot, he's a great possession guy too. For more, visit footballgameplan.com or visit youtube.com/footballgameplan.